Good evening and welcome to MTV's news update for today, October 26, 2022. I'm Ashley Scotland. First, our top headlines. ExxonMobil announces 2 new discoveries offshore Guyana. Charandas Prasad recalled from his post in India. US and Guyana to collaborate on national disaster preparedness. And in sport, GKC secures $10 million from the government for the completion of its facility. Now for the news in detail. President Irfan Ali has announced that Charandas Prasad will return home from his post as High Commissioner to India following a viral video of him using obscene language against a woman. Jessica Callender reports.
A video went viral recently showing High Commissioner of Guyana to India, Charandas Prasad, verbally abusing a woman using obscene language. After seeing the video, President Irfan Ali engaged Prasad, who he said has taken full responsibility for his actions and has agreed to return home from his post.
I want to assure all Guyanese that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Government of Guyana will continue to work every day to strengthen our relationship not only with India, but with every other partner across the globe. Mr. Charandas has agreed that he take full responsibility for his action and will return home from this posting.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday said it considered the matter closed as it had been fully investigated by the relevant authorities in India. The incident occurred on August 1, 2021, but only came to light when the video surfaced on social media.
During our conversation, he related to me the video is not a full reflection of what took place. For a matter of fact, he informed me that the video was not complete. I explained to Mr. Charandas that representatives of our country must, on all occasions, on every occasion, conduct themselves in the highest order and regard.
Diplomats are bound by a code of conduct set out in the 1961 Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. Prasad was appointed as High Commissioner of Guyana to India in February 2021. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Callender.
ExxonMobil Guyana has made 2 more oil discoveries at the Sailfin 1 and Yarra 1 offshore Guyana within the Stabroek Block. More in this report.
The Ministry of Natural Resources said these 2 additional discoveries will further increase Guyana's petroleum resources, with already more than 30 discoveries within the Stabroek Block since 2015. The Ministry of Natural Resources said it was advised that the Sailfin 1 well encountered approximately 312 feet of hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone and was drilled in 4,616 feet of water. The Yarra 1 well encountered approximately 75 feet of hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone and was drilled in 3,560 feet of water. Both wells were drilled by the Stena Carron drill ship. Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat said the petroleum sector regulatory agencies were mandated to enhance collaboration with all other operators to expedite their drill programs. This was done in an effort to further expand the sector through the discoveries of recoverable high-quality hydrocarbon. He noted that the bidding round for the oil blocks offshore Guyana is expected to bring new and emerging major petroleum companies to further increase Guyana's oil and gas potentials. Currently, the first 2 offshore projects, Liza Phase 1 and Liza Phase 2, are now producing above design capacity and achieved an average of nearly 360,000 barrels of oil per day in the 3rd quarter. A 3rd project, Payara, is expected to start up by the end of 2023, and a 4th project, Yellowtail, is expected to start up in 2025. Further, ExxonMobil is also pursuing environmental authorization for a 5th project.
You're watching MTV's News Update. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Are you building or renovating your home? Then come to Beeson for a wide range of aluminum and UPVC windows and doors. Get from single hung sash, awning, casement, sliding windows, plus sliding and swinging doors. All our products can be customized and fitted with insect screens and are sealed tight to withstand harsh weather conditions. At Beeson's, we also carry commercial, glass and French doors, showcases, aluminum louvers, curtain walls, aluminum rails, plus sliding and frameless shower doors. So look no further. Visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site or call 622-4197 or 623-4197. Beeson Windows and Doors, built with pride in Guyana by Guyanese.
There are 9 food-based dietary guidelines in Guyana for you to follow and live a healthy life. Guidelines 5 and 6 deals with sugar and salt consumption. An important step we can take to watch our sugar and salt consumption is to read food labels. This is very important as there are a lot of sugars and salt in many of the foods we eat and drink. So when we are reading the labels, we need to look, for instance, at the sugar content and the amount stated, and multiply that by the servings per container to know the total sugar in the product. Or we look at the salt or sodium content and the amount stated and multiply that by the servings per container to know the total salt in the product. The daily recommended amount of added sugar for males and females should be 6 teaspoons or less, and the daily recommended amount of salt should be less than 1 teaspoon. For instance, the amount of sugar in this size of soft drink could be as much as 16 teaspoons, and in this kind of drink as much as 10 teaspoons. Please, let's pay attention to what we are eating, as overconsumption of unhealthy foods leads to many illnesses, including high blood pressure, obesity, and heart disease. Come on, Guyana, let's use the food-based dietary guidelines to reach for a better life with good health.
Welcome to Rosignol's Butchery. Here you'll find the freshest, most tender and flavorful meats, including steaks, burgers, sausages, minced meat, fish, and more, plus packaged meats and cheeses. All this in a highly hygienic atmosphere. In our store, there is a wide variety of canned goods, sauces, and marinades. Our friendly staff will cater to all your needs. Rosignol Butchery. We meet your needs. 7374 Church Street, Georgetown. Telephone 223-0004.
At Decor and Gift Gallery, we have comfortable and unique living room suites. Check out our bonded leather sofa or 3-piece recliner set and much more. Or pick a lovely dining room set to match your home setting. Whatever is your style, we've got it. Shop your living room or dining room sets at Decor and Gift Gallery today.
Saturday, October 29th, Brassman, Grambling, Sand Road, Suicide will come alive when 592 Movement in Highway Cafe present the big show and jam car. Chutney Meat Soap, the lineup top, Hikari Singh,
up and gone away.
Jomo Primo,
I live in my life.
Carlin Burnett, Bonita Willie, and Petty Kish will take the stage live. One Boy's Family, One Lake, and Silver Star's gonna juggle. Early bird tickets $1,000, gates $1,500. Chutney Meat Soca, Saturday, October 29th in Soesdijk.
The Gift Center, conveniently located at 46 Hatfield Street opposite the White Castle Fish Shop, we are the best place to find quality products for yourself, your home, or a friend. Display your cherished memories in the perfect picture frame. Shop from a great selection of accessories for men, such as belts, wallets, and more. And for the women, find a great selection of handbags to suit your taste. Choose your signature scent or a timeless classic from our wide array of ladies and gents designer fragrances. We offer a range of innovative games that will guarantee you many hours of unspeakable fun. Enhance the decor of your home with beautiful lamps and unique wall art, just to name a few. The Gift Center, where quality is never compromised.
Hello, homeowners and painters. We're happy with the response we have gotten. Thank you. As such, we're now offering the multi-surface roof, floor, and wall polyurethane paint at a special reduced price of $2,500 per 1.5 gallons bucket. This paint can be used on wood, concrete, zinc, and metal. Don't forget we have a new shipment of oil paint with shades such as Morning Glory, Nantucket Grey, White, and many more familiar shades to choose from. The water-based paint at $3,600 per gallon and the oil-based paint for $4,300 per gallon. Come into our showroom to view the colors and let's beautify our surroundings. Global sales and distribution, Lot 142B, Quamina Street, opposite King's Jewelry World between Waterloo and Carmichael Street. Look for the red front building. Telephone 504-3908 or 622-0601. Regent and Royal Paints, created for you at the most competitive price. See you soon!
This is MTV's News Update. Welcome back. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandalal says mechanisms are being examined for the appointment of the Chancellor and Chief Justice. Details from Jessica Calendar.
Consultations on Guyana's electoral laws are ongoing as Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandalal recently concluded a 4-hour national stakeholder consultation on draft amendments to the National Registration Act and Representation of the People's Act. This comes on the back of calls to focus on wider election and constitutional changes.
Whether residency should be a qualification to vote, the qualifications of the electors, the type of political system which we have in the country and which we want to change, are all matters of a constitutional nature.
One of the constitutional issues the Attorney General hopes to address is the appointment of a Chancellor and Chief Justice. Noting that a 2/3 majority is needed to change those provisions in the Constitution, he references the long-standing deadlock between any government and the opposition over the appointments of a Chancellor and a Chief Justice. Guyana has been without a substantive Chief Justice and Chancellor for over 2 decades. The absence of permanent appointees to fill the top position remains a significant blot on the justice system. The constitutional reform bill is already before the National Assembly and will be dealt with next year.
This engagement cannot address those matters. So I ask that we have patience, understand the process, control our expectations, circumscribe our public admonitions, and confine them and narrow them to the exercise in which we are engaged.
These are part of the government's plans to upgrade archaic pieces of legislation in efforts to develop the legal sector while Guyana is projected for rapid economic development. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Calendar.
President Irvanali has announced that the 1,000 Men program will be launched on Friday. The program intends to bring men together to address challenges facing them. More in this report.
The 1,000 Men program will be led by President Irvanali along with officers from the Guyana Defence Force, sportsmen, religious leaders, male teachers, community workers, farmers and entertainers. President Ali said the mission of the 1,000 Men is to create a network to educate men on how they can contribute positively to society. He said men must lead and take on the responsibility that will remove all vices that exist.
This is an initiative of change, putting a new dimension of what it means to be a man. What are your responsibilities to your family, to your community, and to society? Letting the country see it different, and the world see that men in Guyana are ready to demonstrate their key responsibility and to take up their commitment to their families, to their communities, and to their country, demonstrating a positive way of showcasing man and manhood here in Guyana. And I think this is going to be a revolution.
The head of state had said that the men will be deployed to communities countrywide and will fully integrate every young person into the economic and social aspect of the country. The 1,000 Men program will be used to reverse the strategy in dealing with the problems facing young boys and men in society.
More news coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Jalen Softly, and I'm very excited to have G20 set up this fiber cable. As you can see, I'm young, so I'll be using this Wi-Fi, this internet, to be doing my everyday browsing and searching and, just my homework and assignments, playing games, watching YouTube, you know, the regular stuff. I really enjoy the service. I think it's extremely great. And you also have like the free minutes. So for that, you know, if you're in trouble, you call your parents or someone.
There are 9 food-based dietary guidelines in Guyana for you to follow and live a healthy life. Guidelines 5 and 6 deals with sugar and salt consumption. An important step we can take to watch our sugar and salt consumption is to read food labels. This is very important as there are a lot of sugars and salt in many of the foods we eat and drink. So when we are reading the labels, we need to look, for instance, at the sugar content and the amount stated, and multiply that by the servings per container to know the total sugar in the product. Or we look at the salt or sodium content and the amount stated and multiply that by the servings per container to know the total salt in the product. The daily recommended amount of added sugar for males and females should be 6 teaspoons or less, and the daily recommended amount of salt should be less than 1 teaspoon. For instance, the amount of sugar in this size of soft drink could be as much as 16 teaspoons, and in this kind of drink as much as 10 teaspoons. Please, let's pay attention to what we are eating, as overconsumption of unhealthy foods leads to many illnesses, including high blood pressure, obesity, and heart disease. Come on, Guyana, let's use the food-based dietary guidelines to reach for a better life with good health.
Why you minding me business? I noticed you yesterday, you're there watching. Today you're there here again. Why you minding me business? I'm fed up with your nosy self.
Yeah, baby, I just love your windows.
Why you bad eyeing me window? Like your house in a window? What kind of window really in your house?
I got some old louvers windows that I need to change.
Louvers? Best damn it! People still got louvers window. Girl, I let you in for the secret, right? Beeson got a special deal right now. You go down there, you buy 10 window, you get a free bathroom window. Oh, for the love of God, throw away them louvers window and go down to Beeson and modernize.
Beeson Windows and Doors, serving Guyana with the highest quality windows for your home, office, or commercial building.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority has employed the services of rangers, and we're kindly asking you, the members of the public, for your full cooperation as we seek to bring order and semblance to communities under our management. Our rangers are responsible for the monitoring of schemes for contravention under the Town and Country Planning Act and agreement of sales issued to allottees, responding appropriately to reports made by members of the public or allottees in schemes where there are illegal activities in contravention of the CHMPA's policies and the Town and Country Planning Act, to undertake investigations into report on the misuse of the roads, squatting, animal nuisance, and dumping of garbage and derelict vehicles in schemes, issue notices for illegal construction and letters regarding penalties to be paid for the storage of materials on the roads within our schemes. Our rangers will be properly identifiable at all times, as they have all been outfitted with the agency's badge. From time to time, they will be in your community, so in order for them to function effectively and better serve you, your cooperation is needed.
A message from the Central Housing and Planning Authority.
When reliability is not an option, you need a supplier you can trust. This skilled technician depends on Forfan & Mendes for heavy-duty tools. This landscaper earns a living using still equipment. High rates of production and recovery lead to this sawmiller trusting his operation to Wood Miser. Mothers trust the water filtration systems for the health of their families. Thanks to the automatic backup systems, you'll never be left in the dark again. Forfan & Mendes, offering you solutions you can depend on.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Cheryl, girl, you want me? Sorry, I'm interrupting y'all.
Marla, I'm here taking the census.
Girl, you done got a husband already, huh?
Miss, I am a census taker, going door to door so that everyone can be interviewed and counted in the National Census 2022.
What is the census though?
Well, the Population and Housing Census is a count of the population and all the buildings every 10 years.
Getting counted transforms an entire nation.
From Region 1 to Region 10.
You know what? I believe our village needs a health center.
I think it needs some roads too. You see the man boots out there, how it's full of mud, eh?
That's why I'm asking Mrs. Da Silva a few questions from our questionnaire. We record the answers and then the data is used to help shape the future of the country.
Oh, so the two y'all not...
Oh gosh.
We counted.
Fibertech materials are used in a multitude of ways, from repairing and fabrication of auto body, fishing and household items. We have available various fiberglass mattings, resin, mold releases, brushes and rollers for all of your repair needs. We offer technical advice and free training to ensure you get the job done. For further information, call us at 220-6907 or 220-9192.
You're tuned to MTV's News Update. The 2022 Global Gender Gap Index report has shown that Guyana recorded a significant increase in closing the gender gap, now ranking 35 out of 146 countries.
Although no country has yet achieved full gender parity, the top 10 economies have closed at least 80% of their gaps, with Iceland 90.8% leading the table in this year's 2022 Global Gender Gap Index report. This is the 16th edition of the report, and Guyana has moved up 18 spots towards gender parity since ranking at 53 last year. Barbados leads for Caribbean countries at 28, while Jamaica is a close second at 34th. The Global Gender Gap Index measures scores on a 0 to 100 scale, and scores can be interpreted as the distance covered towards parity. That is, the percentage of the gender gap that has been closed. The cross-country comparisons aim to support the identification of the most effective policies to close gender gaps. In 2022, the global gender gap has been closed by 68.1%. The report states that the global generational loss, which occurred between 2020 and 2021, has significantly slowed the rate of progress towards full gender parity. At the current rate of progress, it will take 132 years to reach full parity. While leading up to 2020, trends indicated it would close within a century. The Latin America and Caribbean region ranks third in the overall index. Within this region, Guyana, Peru, and Chile showed the most significant improvement. Reporting for MTV's News Update, Jessica Callender.
The United States Southern Command and the Guyana Civil Defense Commission CDC, in partnership with Pacific Disaster Center PDC, a University of Hawaii research center based in the U.S., facilitated a national disaster preparedness workshop culminating with a baseline assessment on Guyana's disaster risk and readiness. This partnership augments an already strong bilateral cooperation on disaster response between the two countries and sets the stage for the regional trade winds exercise scheduled for July 2023. Using a collaborative, stakeholder-driven approach, PDC's National Disaster Preparedness Baseline Assessment utilizes scientific data and evidence-based practices, integrating the national priorities of Guyana with stakeholders' feedback to effectively reduce disaster risk. The discussions on key risk reduction recommendations and procedures emanating from the baseline assessment will serve to improve Guyana's preparedness and response capabilities in the event of a disaster and aid planning for future climate-driven climate-driven disaster impacts. These activities are part of a continued U.S. support to Guyana in the areas of energy governance, regional security, and enhanced disaster response capabilities. Now for tonight's Court Roundup.
A laborer was on Wednesday handed a 10-year jail term for killing his co-worker during a drinking spree in 2018. 45-year-old Philip Solomon of Timeri, East Bank, Demerara, had his sentence imposed by High Court Judge Brassington Reynolds. Earlier this month, Solomon, who was initially indicted for murder, opted to plead guilty to the lesser count of manslaughter. He admitted that on October 24, 2018, at Timeri Docks, he unlawfully killed 51-year-old Vernon Cummings, called Ervo. Media reports are that the two men, who were both laborers, were at a wharf at Timeri where they would normally consume alcohol together. The duo was imbibing on the day in question when an argument ensued between them. During the brawl, Cummins armed himself with a piece of iron and Solomon armed himself with a piece of wood, and the two began lashing each other about the body. Cummins was rushed to the Diamond Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. In another matter, a 20-year-old man who was accused of stealing a quantity of construction materials and equipment was on Tuesday slapped with a simple larceny charge. Leonard Smart, called Ushanti Benjamin of Lane Avenue, Georgetown, was hauled before Principal Magistrate Judy Latchman in the Diamond Golden Grove Magistrates Court. The incident occurred on September 23, 2022 at Aruka Construction, Inc., located at Providence, East Bank, Demerara. The court heard that the accused stole one ransom valued at $600,000, one sling cement valued at $70,000, one 2-inch water pump valued at $70,000, and a wheelbarrow valued at $30,000. The accused pleaded not guilty to the charge and was released on $80,000 bail. The matter was adjourned to November 11, 2022 for a statement and report. Reported for MTV's Court Roundup, I am Shamar Allen.
We now take a look at tips for healthy living with Norman Gobin.
Glaucoma. We've all heard about it, an ocular condition that could potentially take your sight if left untreated. But as dangerous as it sounds, is it? If found, is it a death sentence for your eyes? What are the causes and symptoms? And more importantly, what can we do to treat it? Well, to answer all of those questions and more, we paid a visit to Dr. Shannon De Silva, optometrist of De Silva's Optical, and she gave us all of the answers we were looking for.
All right, so quickly, simple question. What is glaucoma?
Glaucoma is a name given to a group of eye conditions that cause damage to the optic nerve, which is at the back of the eye. Glaucoma has different types. So if we're going to talk about glaucoma, we're going to talk about the types, which would be open angle, closed angle, congenital, born with it from birth, and low tension glaucoma, which is the 4 types that we'd be looking for. If we think about the eyeball and think about the eyeball as a ball, anything that's a ball needs pressure to keep it in that shape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so basketball needs air in the ball for the ball to stay inflated, a football as well. If you take the air out, it collapses, right? So all eyeballs in all animals, not just humans, it has a jelly in there. And that jelly there has to be a certain quantity of it in our eye to keep the ball within a certain amount of pressure, like tire pressure. If your air tire is low, You have a flat tire. So we need the right amount of pressure in your eye, not too much, but also not too little.
So what are some symptoms of glaucoma a person should recognize if they possibly have it?
That's a really good question. So glaucoma is known as being an asymptomatic eye condition, which means it has no symptoms. So you could have glaucoma and not know anything. I find most glaucoma patients are sensitive to light. They talk about a sharp pain at the back of the eye with bright light. You being extra sensitive to light does not mean you have glaucoma, I should say that. I think this is why we say it's asymptomatic.
So what can cause glaucoma?
So glaucoma is mostly hereditary. So if you have a family member with glaucoma, this puts you at higher risk immediately. So if you have one member in the family with glaucoma, your risk goes up 50% that you probably have glaucoma that can develop or you have it at the time. So we encourage highly patients who have family members with it, grandparents, an uncle, an aunt, to get their eyes checked regularly because there's a good chance that you could have it.
You mentioned that it is hereditary, right? Mm-hmm. So there's not much you can control there.
Unfortunately,
right?
No.
Yeah, so I guess there is no way a person can prevent from getting glaucoma in the first place. Nothing
That's
a person
correct.
could do.
That goes for me as well because I have glaucoma in my family.
All right.
So I can develop glaucoma.
All right. Mm-hmm. So it's just luck and chance and a genetic lottery, I guess.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah. So if diagnosed with glaucoma, what's the next course of action? What are the treatment options, if any?
So if you're diagnosed with glaucoma, your treatment options are mostly ophthalmic drops, eye drops. Drops that are used on various parts of the eye to reduce the eye pressure, to either better the drainage within the system of the eye, or to lower or raise the eye pressure within the eye. If all of this doesn't work, many ophthalmologists, eye surgeons, then decide to do surgery to get the drainage and the eye pressure under control. It's just
so there is no cure.
There isn't a cure, but there's management.
There's management.
And if you're a good patient and you're going to, your eye specialist and they're managing you properly, then glaucoma, I have lots of patients with glaucoma, luckily that still have 20/20 vision. They can see, they can read the smallest print. And this is because we're managing the condition. You don't know you have glaucoma when you have it. So it's not something that you should play around with. It's something that you should be proactive about. So raising awareness on an eye condition like glaucoma, I think, is very important. So you don't find out that you have glaucoma too late. So, and again, because you have no symptoms, you could very well be in your car driving. You think that you have perfect vision. Because you can see up the road and read the license plates, not knowing that you have a relative with glaucoma who maybe have passed on and you didn't know their eye history, and so you may have it. So it's a good thing to just get checked. We'll give you good news, hopefully, and then you'll be on your way.
The ISG and MTV's sport update comes up after the break. Stay tuned.
Cheryl, girl, you won't believe. Sorry, I'm interrupting y'all.
Marla, I'm here taking the census.
Girl, you done got a husband already, huh?
Miss, I am a census taker, going door to door so that everyone can be interviewed and counted in the National Census 2022.
What is the census though?
Well, the population and housing census is a count of the population and all the buildings every 10 years.
Getting counted transforms an entire nation.
From Region 1 to Region 10.
You know what? I believe our village needs a health center.
I think it needs some roads too. You see the man boots out there, how it's full of mud, eh?
That's why I'm asking Mrs. De Silva a few questions from our questionnaire. We record the answers and then the data is used to help shape the future of the country.
Oh, so the two y'all not...
Oh gosh.
We counted.
Are you running around looking for construction materials? Well, run down to Lens for affordable, high-quality building supplies. We have the widest range of grade A floor and wall tiles in any shape, size, and designs. and all types of ceramics, porcelain glazed, and full-body porcelain. We stock the largest collection of large format tiles. Check out our porcelain slabs as big as 10 feet by 4.5 feet. Add a bit of elegance with our large range of decorative molding. Our line of PPG paints will give you vibrant colors that won't fade. With our wall and ceiling gypsum system, it's light, durable, and fast. So come down to Lens at 136 Sher Street, which is next to Buddy's and Pizza Hut, for that 31 years of Lens quality.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
Hi, my name is Jaden Softly, and I'm very excited to have G20 set up this fiber cable. As you can see, I'm young, so I'll be using this Wi-Fi, this internet, to be doing my everyday browsing and searching and, just my homework and assignments, playing games, watching YouTube, the regular stuff. I really enjoy this service. I think it's extremely great, and you also have like the free minutes. So for that, if you're in trouble, you call your parents or someone.
Live your fantasy at Fantasy Gaming Lounge. Win big daily. Millions in cash prizes every week. Now located at Giftland Mall, Fantasy Gaming Lounge, the best bet in town.
The Guyana School of Agriculture, Guyana's premier institution for certificate and diploma education in agriculture, has opened its virtual learning platform to all students both in Guyana and abroad. 2-year programs now available are the Diploma in Animal Health and Veterinary Public Health, Diploma in Agriculture. The certificate program over 1 year are those offered in agriculture, fisheries, forestry, and agro-processing. Entrance requirements and other relevant information to get you started on your career in agriculture can be found on the GSA website gsa.edu.gy or email gsa.campus@gmail.com. The Guyana School of Agriculture, with its main campus at Monrepo, East Coast Demerara, and at Cottonfield, Essequibo. Let's get you started in the business of agriculture.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
The writers of this program are depending on my ethnic but non-threatening voice to explain things they are too lazy to set up traditionally. Only 2 months into the semester.
Marcus, I was watching that. What's the matter with you?
Noreen, why you have all these things plugged in, man? You really don't check them bills, You know the cost of electricity?
Marcus, you can't be so ridiculous. That's the fridge. Why would you unplug the fridge?
I don't understand why the cost of electricity is so high in this country, man. Somebody has to do something.
Marcus, you know what I realize? Something is really wrong with you. How are we supposed to live without electricity?
Hello, just like our ancestors survived back in the days.
I will have you know, Marcus, Noreen Angela Melville is not cut out for that type of life.
And already the 9th Ivy League squads buzz with future Olympians and presidents.
Did you know the gas to energy project is expected to reduce the cost of electricity by up to 50%? Yes, that project will slash electricity bills in half. This will also unleash a tsunami of benefits for the manufacturing sector in Guyana.
Wow. Marcos, did you hear that? Electricity will be cheaper. Now, Marcus, for the love of God, plug the fridge back in.
For the admissions brochure.
Over the years, ISG has been providing all sectors across Guyana with quality products and outstanding customer service. Proud distributor of NP and Ultra lubricants, engineered for tropical conditions. International trucks and parts, leading the change. SEM Machinery, a Caterpillar brand. SKF bearings and mounted products. Napa batteries. Tide power generators. Discover the greatest source of power. Industrial Supply of Guyana Inc. The best opportunity to make the right choice.
There were hard-fought wins for Grove High Tech and Tamari Panthers, resulting in the two sides booking their places into the final of the East Bank Football Association's Senior Men's League Tournament at the Guyana Football Federation National Training Center.
In the feature semi-final match of the day, Tamari Panthers battled with Agricola Red Triangle over the course of 90 minutes, with both teams unable to earn a clear-cut winner at the end of regulation time. The matchup saw Panthers grab an early lead thanks to Kevin Scott's effort in the 4th minute of the encounter. That proved to be the only goal netted in the first half, despite the two sides earning several chances at goals. Midway through the second half, Agricola were able to draw level in the match, keeping their hopes of securing victory in the clash. However, neither side were able to find the back of the net before the final whistle was blown to end the encounter at 1-1. With a penalty shootout needed to determine the winners of the match, Tamari Panthers showed their mental toughness, securing a 5-3 victory and booking their place in the final of the tournament. Meanwhile, in the opening clash, Grove High Tech held their nerve to walk away with the win against Suzdike Falcons by way of a penalty shootout. In the match, after an uneventful first half from the two teams, Grove High Tech seized the lead in the 51st minute through a Dominique Garnett goal. Minutes later, the Falcons were able to pull one back in the 60th minute thanks to Mark Baker's strike, which proved to be the final goal for both sides at the end of regulation time. While spot kicks were needed to determine the outcome of the match, Grove High Tech kept their composure in the shootout to earn a 5-4 win over their opponents. Grove High Tech and Tamari Panthers will now face off in the final of the EBFA Senior Men's League, set for Sunday, October 30th, while the third-place playoff sees Suzdike Falcons taking on Agricola Red Triangle at the GFF National Training Center. Kickoff time is set at 12 hours.
The opening match of the Bounty Supermarket's National Indoor Hockey Championship saw the GCC Pitbulls and Saints Superstars playing to a 1-1 draw. In the following second division match, Saints Snipers defeated Hikers Cadets 4-1 with the talented Fawcett scoring 2 of the 4 goals. The lone Hikers goal came off the stick of Sherwin Caesar. In the ladies division, GCC Spice defeated the youthful YMCA Old Fort Igniters 4-2. The skillful Abu Said Cadogan netted 2 goals for her team, while Trisha Fitku and Sonia Jardine added 1 goal each. Carolyn Dean, the captain of the Igniters, scored both goals for her team. With Pekka Hikers ladies came from behind a 1-0 margin and edged the Saints team with a 2-1 win. The Saints girls brought immense energy to the game, but it was the young Jasmine Asana who took a moment to stop and flick the ball past the goalkeeper to seal the deal for the Hikers ladies. In the Vets division, the GCC Stalwarts lost to the Hikers team in a nail-biting game. The Hikers team showcased a more youthful play as the national captain Robert France, who is a newcomer to the Veterans division, barely managed to upset the experienced stalwarts of the GCC team, who held Hikers to a good fight. Both Robert France and Devin Hooper scored a double for their team, and Devin Monroe and Kevin Fognay with 1 goal each to secure Hikers a 4-3 victory. A home for karate is one step closer after $10 million was given to the Guyana Karate College by President Irfan Ali on Tuesday evening. The announcement was made at the Guyana Karate College Awards ceremony held at the new thriving restaurant.
We are going to contribute a further $10 million to the completion of your building. We're going to immediately make available $5 million and then in the new year $5 million. Because we are committed to what you do. We believe in what you do. We see the positive attributes of what you do.
President Ali spoke of the important role karate plays in the development of youths and the discipline that it instills in creating sound individuals. He also sought to recognize the work done by the GKC Master Frank Unatai towards ensuring that the sport is able to grow across the nation.
It was the hard work of Master Wangatai and many others who ensured that this discipline reached every single region of this country. And this discipline was made available to every single child of this country. And that is why, fundamentally, he was honored for his great work.
Meanwhile, 10th-degree black belt Master Frank Unatai, while thankful to have positively impacted the lives of so many, says it still remains his dream to have the sport blossom even more and strengthen the lives of future generations.
I'm very close to achieving my dream of building not only a national karate headquarters, but an international karate university. The ITV will serve as a technical headquarters for the world. For this initiative, I thank Vice President Dr. Barachardia for believing in me when he was president by providing the land for me.
The Guyana Karate College moved a step closer to completing the construction of its new dojo located at Liliendal, East Coast, Demerara, following President Ali's announcement with an expected date of completion in March 2023. Since acquiring the land several years ago, the GKC have sought assistance from various stakeholders to assist towards the sport's development by ensuring that a home for the sport is fully developed.
And that brings us to the end of Sport Update, which was brought to you with the kind compliments of ISG. More after the break.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
Well, that brings down the curtain on tonight's newscast, but before we go, here is a reminder of our top stories. ExxonMobil announces 2 new discoveries offshore Guyana. Charandas Prasad recalls from his post in India. US and Guyana to collaborate on national disaster preparedness. And in sport, GKC secures $10 million from the government for the completion of its facility. Catch our rebroadcast tomorrow at 6:30. Don't forget to like our Facebook page where the news can be viewed live at 19:30. You can check out our website at mtvgy.com for these and other stories. On behalf of our news and technical teams, Ashley Scotland saying stay safe and goodbye for now.